Hello and welcome to yet another short, or hopefully short, retro PC video. This time I'm going to show off something that I've just received. So I went to Mother Earth Recycling again, just like I did last year. And this time I went with something particular in mind because they had listed a really sweet little slot one motherboard that has a 440BX chipset, which I don't really need because I already have one of those. But this got my attention because of two reasons. First off, it's a legendary Asus P3BF revision 1.04, which is the final revision, and it supports newer processors like the Pentium 3 Copper Mines, which my current 440BX board doesn't. You can actually see the chipset right there. Yeah, there we go. Come on, focus. There. And what the main reason I got it is not because of the Celeron 500 CPU, but because of this adapter here that lets you use a socket 370 processor, like the later Pentium 3s, on a slot 1 motherboard. So this thing would be a lot more flexible, and it also has 4 RAM slots instead of just 3, in case I ever get a little spicy and want to try installing Windows XP on this thing. And it also still has an ISA slot on there, although just the one instead of the 2 or 3 that my current board has. But it still has lots of PCI slots and AGP slot. So I'm hoping to be able to use this to give my Rage Fury Max a little bit more space to breathe in terms of CPU headroom, because my current board tops out at 550 megahertz on a P3. This one should be able to take up to a 900 megahertz Pentium 3. And that's if I can find one of the rare slot 1 chips. Those go for a lot of money these days. But the socket 370 stuff is still plenty cheap. In fact, I've seen a few on eBay kicking around between $20 and $40 Canadian, which is not too shabby. So, the person who runs the computer recycling place said that he let this whole combo go for $100, just because he said the CPU cooler is not working, or at least the CPU fan isn't working. So I'm going to plug it in, give it a shot, and see if it boots first off. Let's see. CMOS battery looks reasonably new, so that might still be good. And we'll fire it up. We'll see if that CPU fan spins at all. If it doesn't, I'll dig in the parts bin and see if I can find a spare. So let's get this installed and see what. Alright, so this build is going to go into one of the uglier cases I've got. It's the one that had my Pentium 4 2 gigahertz system in it before. And just for the first boot, I want to make sure this thing's stable. So for a graphics card, just going to toss in the trusty ATI Expert at Play 98 with the 3D Rage Pro chip. Mainly because if I do decide to put Windows 98 on it, the drivers are built right in. And why is this? Oh, right, because there's a case slot cover in the way. Why is that one there? I don't know. That shouldn't have fit. Oh, because the AGP slot's a different height for this board than on the previous board that was in it. That's why. That's why I figured that out. Oh, all right. So let's toss this guy in. Okay, come on. Note to self, invest in better phone stand so I can use 2 hands when installing adapter cards. Alright, we're going to take a break and come back when I've got everything in that I want to put in. Alright, so we have the compact flash to ID adapter in, we've got the graphics card in, and we've got a little Molex centipede going on here, where we've got Molex connector going to floppy style adapter for the compact flash adapter, and then I've got another connection going on down here for the CPU fan that may or may not work. Alright, so we've got the CD-ROM drive and the compact flash reader hooked up. I don't have a compact flash card in there right now, just because I want to see if this thing will actually boot first, and let's hook it all up and see what happens. Well, good news everyone, it's working, and according to what I can see in here, that CPU fan is spinning away. Doesn't sound super happy, but I've definitely heard worse. So this looks promising. It's a Celeron 500 at 66 megahertz bus speed, so not the biggest barn burner of a CPU, but that CPU is probably going to get given away as soon as I can replace it, and I've got no shortage of slot 1 CPUs that'll go right into there. And Came with a very odd amount of RAM, 704 megabytes. So I'm definitely going to yank out some of the weird sizes that are in there and just keep it with a nice round number like 256 or 512 if I can. And yeah, 256 meg seems to be about right for Windows 98 anyway. So this computer works. Yay! So this motherboard, I'm going to do some testing with it and probably install Windows 98 and see how it works. I'm probably going to toss in a Pentium 2 450 or maybe the P3 550 that's in my other system right now. But right now I'm pretty happy with just the fact that this thing boots at all. And so now the question is what to actually toss in there. See if whether I can find a socket 370 chip. According to the motherboard's official CPU support list, it'll only take up to a 750 megahertz chip that way. But if I can find something in a slot package, it'll be up to 900. And I found an 800 megahertz slot 1 CPU for more money than I want to just toss away. But it could be a fun little thing to have. So got a little bit of thinking to do, and yeah, this makes for a short little video, but yeah, the channel's not dead, and expect to see more things very soon. I got some time this weekend to start working on something else. So until next time, have a wonderful evening, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.